So g'day, all. It's Mark here at the Champion Bets office, and I'm joined by Brett. How you going, Brett?
G'day, Mark. Nice to be on the show again.
Yeah, good to have you back on. Chatting to you today on the topic of NBA specials and NBA Platinum. The new NBA season kicked off a couple of weeks ago, and we're back on for NBA for both your NBA services this season. Just wanted to take everyone through and just give them a bit of a refresher of what the NBA special service is. And it's similar to other services you've got, which is AFL specials and also NFL primetime, in that it's not the main markets that sports bettors are used to, and it's what we call prop markets, so side markets effectively. Did you just want to give, I guess, everyone a little bit of an idea of why you focus particularly on the smaller and side markets on sport, and in this case NBA?
Yeah. It's a pretty simple reason, Mark. It's market efficiency. Ultimately, the bookmaker needs to manage or wants to offer hundreds of side markets, and there's no real market shaping their lines and prices. So when I want to bet, I want to get involved in fights that I can win. And I can absolutely win a fight where it's model versus model, where I have the last say.
Right.
It's kind of like playing, lay position poker or poker on the button. They're always having to show their action first or show their hand first, and then I get to have a say as to what I want to do. So rather than having to deal with an open market and the inherent strength of prices formed in an open market, I've got the ability to get into model versus model fights that I know I can win.
Yeah, sure. And again, just to confirm exactly what we're going with, as an example, I've just got the BetEasy side here, and if we're just in the NBA section here, and you guys will see that, for example, for tomorrow's first game, Pistons and the Knicks, you've got your normal main markets, which are your head-to-head markets and your lines. But basically with every game, it doesn't just apply to basketball, it's for basically every popular sport. You'll see here the number of markets. Now, it's 81 markets. As we get closer to game time tomorrow, there's probably going to be more. There's sometimes up to about 200 markets on every game. So if you click at all these on the actual match itself, you'll see that, there's just so many different markets here, player prop markets. And to give you an example, on every game, you have something like there's the first example, Andre Drummond points over under. So you have points over under for all that, and there's a multitude of these markets, and these are available with every bookie on every game. So when you say you're able to price these more effectively at the bookmakers end, they're just doing this with a model, are they? Because they have to put up so many markets for each game.
Mate, I would say that less than 5% of global sports are priced onshore. So I know what the back end is for most bookies in this country, who they're contracting with, some European B2B odds compiler that they've subcontracted to, some Swedish backroom office is doing the modeling, and it's not up to scratch. They contract out those feeds, those odds feeds from them. It hits their UI. And then we get to play these sort of fights with subcontracted prices that are no good.
Yeah, and these, as you say, they're usually done by a third-party provider, and hence they're available at a number of bookmakers. Like we've got BetEasy open here, but there's also, basically every large corporate you can think of offer all these markets on every game.
Yeah. Look, basically, and I think I've said this before, most retail bookmakers are big marketing machines. They've tried to offload as much of the risk management and price formation as possible to offshore companies that whose apparent strength is price formation and odds compilation, and that dynamic can stick and can work, and sometimes it really doesn't work. And in this instance, we're shaping ourselves to sort of get into a chink in their armor in in a way by looking to attack them at this soft underbelly of props that, really isn't being priced all that well by the people that they're by the entities that they're contracting out this work to.
Yeah, and there's no, I guess, market efficiency in the prices there will be in a head-to-head market where you have all the, not just Australia, of course, with the NBA, but all of the world's biggest punters betting into the main markets, the lines and the head-to-heads and the totals. Whereas in this, it's obviously nowhere near that amount of action, so there's no market efficiency in there.
Yeah, correct. There is no real open market. Therefore, it's model versus model fights all around, and that's fantastic for me.
Yeah. So, but just to give people an idea of what they get, we've just got here, which is just a few of your just got a summary of a few of your past seasons since you've been with Champions. So, the past 3 seasons, and these are the type of bets, and we'll have this sheet available for people to download. But can you just give people an idea of what they get a hold of on a daily basis for NBA? Because there's games every day, of course.
Yeah. So what we offer for the main specials package is we like to have one bet per game, but we focus on the TV game and perhaps have 2 or 3 bets on the main TV game with less bets on games that aren't televised. But we generally want to provide 1 bet per game to form a package with the specials that has about 15 to 1800 bets per season. And then we throw in some team totals as well. Team totals is a little niche that we think we can beat as well. And there's probably 200 to 300 full game team total bets thrown in there as well.
People will receive on a daily basis?
Yep. So it just shows all the bets for the day, and it shows the sources where that bet is available at the time of release.
And every bet's available with a minimum of 4 bookmakers. So in terms of getting on, you've got a lot of options there. And for each of those bookmakers, as we can see across the sheet here, at their price, it tells you exactly how much to have on and at what line, so that you're still capturing that value. And very easy to use. So it tells you the exact game, the player, the type, be it points, rebounds, assist, or a combination, whether we're betting the unders or overs, your stake, the line, and the price. So it's a pretty complete solution in terms of what people get, I would have thought.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we should explain too that your this is NBA Specials is a selection of what you guys do as a larger betting syndicate. What sort of numbers are you dealing with? Because I imagine with the number of games in the NBA times the number of these markets available, for you guys yourselves, what sort of numbers are you dealing with in terms of the amount of markets you're able to price?
We generate around 2,000 to 3,000 bets a week on NBA prop markets. That's just in Australia, and then offshore as well. We've managed to basically connect to nearly every back-end type there is globally. So there's a bit of a punting operation going on, looking to exploit this soft underbelly on a global scale at the moment. So that's what we do with the NBA. We also do that with the NFL, the AFL as well. We've made less inroads with the NRL, but we'll try again next off season to try and improve our solution. But right now I'm fairly comfortable with our solution in 3 different sports, and we're always looking for new opportunities to sort of try and attack this soft underbelly of the sports book.
Yeah, as we said, you do thousands and thousands of bets, and multiply that over a number of sports. But something I've noticed is that the returns are, across all those bets are really consistent. What sort of percentage profit on turnover do you aim for?
I'm looking for somewhere between 8 and 10% long term.
Yeah, because I've noticed.
Fairly solid.
Yeah, across all your packages, it's it's a fairly consistent number, I've noticed. So to get those sort of returns on the on the amount of bets you can have, and you can see from this sheet here, it's fairly straightforward. And to place the 6 or however many bets there are a day, it's only going to take a member a few minutes. And it's long term. It's proven itself to be extremely profitable. So as you say, attacking the soft area, the bookies where they're not so strong and their prices aren't as strong, has proven to be extremely profitable.
Yeah, agreed. And yeah, that's why we've been focusing on that for quite a number of years.
And we'll just touch quickly, I think we've already mentioned it, finally, just NBA Platinum. NBA Specials is what you can see on this sheet in front of you, but NBA Platinum's a bit of a VIP membership that we've developed, which we've had a small number of punters take up, and it's, we've said before, it's unlike anything we've ever seen before. Do you just want to explain to people what NBA Platinum is?
Yeah, so NBA Platinum is basically the full throughput from our automated bet scanning system. It gets dumped into an Excel sheet, and then we provide 2 drops daily with all the action coming out of our automated bet scanning technologies. And yeah, that's what the Platinum clients receive, and that will amount to somewhere north of 30,000 bets this season.
30,000 bets across one season.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, amazing.
Correct.
Absolutely amazing.
We did that last year, and we'll probably improve on that number, given that we've perfected that process over the last couple of years, and it's been improved upon. It's pretty good. It's pretty solid.
Yeah. So when people are on a bookie site or on their app and they click on that under a game, 100 markets or 200 markets, that's the sum result of it, basically, is tens of thousands of markets per season that you guys have been able to price more effectively than the bookies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic. Well, yeah, thanks for that today, Brett. As I said, it's good to just get you on the line to take everyone through exactly what the NBA service, NBA Specials and NBA Platinums provides. And yeah, if anyone's got any questions, just fire them into us, and we can pass them on to Brett and get him to answer them. And yeah, here's to another great season.
Great. Cheers, Mark. Thanks for having me.
Thanks.